So first,
absolutely.
and I was
Let's dig it all up.
Oh, no.
True.
You'll never guess.
So sidebar. Yes.
And also, I feel like I shouldn't have to remember everything.
I know.
Actually, I have to talk about this.
3, 2, 1.
Hi, everyone.
Hey.
I'm Alicia.
And I'm Meredith.
And this is Also Podcast on this beautiful January night. So cold, so miserable. Haven't seen the sun in days, but we're here to talk pop culture.
Alicia, I don't know what the temperature is in New York, but it was 7 degrees when I went to work. Guys, everybody, I went into the office today. I just told Alicia I have empathy for her. But I was like, 7 degrees? No.
Yeah, that sucks. So everyone always thinks, like, whenever I go back to my parents, everyone's like, New York is so cold. And I'm like, you're jokes, because Chicago's colder.
Yes.
I don't think people realize, like, yeah, if you go to Buffalo, New York, fuck that. That's fucking freezing. New York City, I think today was 27 degrees when I left
God, how balmy
at some
and warm.
point. At some point you learn it doesn't matter, but that's when it hits 10 degrees. 10 degrees and 0 degrees equal the same.
Yes.
But 27 and 7, that's a lot. That's a big difference.
That's the thing. I told somebody today, I was like, I'm really mad it's so cold, because if it was like 25 degrees, I would run across the street to get lunch without a coat. Like, quick in, quick out.
Yeah.
But not in 7 degrees. I have to haul this thing all the way there.
Absolutely not. So it has been, may I speak for both of us, a little miserable of a day.
Yes.
But we're going to turn that shit around. You know why? Because we're about to talk about our small celebrations where we're forced to think of something good, even if it's not that big of a thing. We're going to celebrate it. So Meredith, give me your small celebration.
I actually have one, and I'm so excited to share this.
Okay, Debbie Downer, tell me about it.
I have this like gallery wall in my living room. For those who watch video or watch our TikTok, people might remember that as my old background. I got new artwork. I got it framed, picked it up, hung it up. It looks cute. I'll post a picture on our Instagram stories because I know people are dying to know. But
oh my God, it's going to be the number one most asked question in the world.
I'm like really proud of it because I only moved a few things to add in some new stuff. So it's a lot bigger, but it all fits great.
I love that. Congrats on your wall.
Thank you. And I spotted it. Like, I didn't measure shit. I just there's some extra holes in the wall because I didn't measure it, but
fuck it.
Not my wall. I don't own it.
Totally fine. Good for you. And look at that big smile that brought onto your face.
I know. What's yours? Hopefully yours brings a big smile.
I'm done. So 'tis the season for accountants to plan their deaths. Every accountant who says that they don't wish suicide upon themselves during year-end close is a fucking liar. But I'm done. As of fucking yesterday,
Really?
I am done. Yeah, hell yeah. So, I mean, I'm done as I can be until someone says something about the way I did stuff and I did it wrong. But year-end close is done for me.
The ball is in somebody else's court now. Like, you just have to answer questions.
Yeah, the beautiful thing, too, is I work for a big company now, so I just have to worry about my shit opposed to the small company I used to work at where I had to do everything.
Yeah.
So I feel great. Knowing that that's done, knowing that I only cried once, and I don't wish my death every day anymore. So what a life I live.
You're making me think about my own accountants and how I have not been responding to them.
They want to kill themselves. Please respond back. Most of the time I'm like, you can ignore us, but not in January. If you could respond back. Last January, to give you an idea, I cried almost every day, and every window I saw, I thought jumping would probably be less painful.
Well, you didn't start therapy in like February, so
yeah, because I thought I was gonna literally kill myself. Yes,
I remember you being so sad. Yeah, and
I know. I think people are like, she's really no. I'm telling you, every minute of every day, I think if I burned alive in an oven, that would be less painful than that. Like, it was that bad.
Well, it's like, because this will be over then.
Yeah.
It's not like that you don't like love other parts of your life. It's like, I need this to end so bad.
Nothing. And I only had to work one Sunday, which was a big plus because last year I was working every single fucking day of my life. So, you know what? Shout out my new company. For as much as y'all piss me off, I love you so much. I never take for granted. the peace you've given me. Never again.
Your life back?
Thank God. So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling fine. I'm feeling fresh.
Wait, that's awesome. I love
Thank you
that.
so much. Amazing. Can we jump right in? There's so much news, Meredith.
Yes, because sometimes for people behind the scenes, Alicia and I withhold talking to each other just to make sure
it's so
happens
painful.
here.
It's so painful.
You don't know how many times I've wanted to talk to you this week.
Sometimes I will just send the text and be like, I
know.
I must open the floodgates. I
know, but to get to the topic, TikTok ending
I know.
has been the highs and lows of my week all week prior to this workday.
If my Chinese spy is listening to this right now, I love you so much. I'm going to miss you. You've been my number one fan and friend for a long time now. And I'm sad to see it go. And I'm on my way looking for a visa to China at this point. I love you.
To my Chinese spy, I know I joined TikTok late, and I'm so sorry
Same.
we didn't get all the time together that we could have had.
Wait. You and I were two assholes that were like, TikTok and COVID, that's crazy. I'm not going to waste my days. We waited too long
on so much.
Oh my
but
God,
hey,
I've only had 2 years or 3 years.
Here's the thing. The dancing stuff during COVID wasn't for me. You know, that wasn't my vibe.
I still don't know who Bryce Hall is. I just hear his name and hate it.
You know when you know names, but to me I just see the outline of like a human.
Yeah.
That's what I see when people say some people's names.
I didn't know what the Hype House was until that documentary came out on Netflix and I went, what's this?
I knew that just because I was so chronically online and E-News pops up on all my shit that I learned a little bit, but I've never seen their videos. I don't know their work. I
assume it's just dancing. Did they do anything else?
Chinese spies,
skits?
If you want to do one thing for us, you can loop us back around to 2020
It's a way to
TikTok.
end this, the Hype House, yeah.
Okay, well, what I have appreciated this week is the basically funeral that TikTok has been throwing for itself in the fact that the algorithm is all about this ending and what we're going to do, what we're not going to do, the planning. That it's really beautiful.
The planning's hilarious. I love that. The idea that this app is being shut down because China is taking our data and the American people are like, you know what though, fuck it. Let's go straight to a Chinese app. It's in Mandarin. Doesn't matter. Let's go.
I have joined.
How is it? Because I saw a video, one of my favorite creators, Rob Anderson, he joined Red Note and he was like, it's all in Mandarin. I cannot be here.
There's a problem that I have caused myself in the fact that I love the Chinese citizens' content and can't stop liking it. So I am still on Chinese Red Note that I've gotten a few Americans videos, but their bento box videos, I mean, are just so soothing, and their Taylor Swift edits, incredible. So,
do you recommend I join? Do you recommend I join, or do you think I should wait?
I would maybe wait until the ban actually goes into effect because, I mean, this is not good timing to say this, but it's like when because I'm so sorry, LA, everything that's happening to you. But it's like when a natural disaster comes in and you have to rebuild your house from the ground up. Like we built those For You pages and that algorithm knew us so well that I am a little exhausted.
Yeah.
Which I know my privilege right now in my reference of building a house that I don't have to
anyone listening to this podcast knows our privilege. And goodbye.
My digital home is about to be wiped out. So I filter between the two right now, and I still don't have my home in Red Note. So I would say maybe just make sure 100% TikTok's going away because you never know. You know, this Hail Mary passes that are going out there.
I have been spending every minute of my time that I can on TikTok because
that's the thing. I'm missing things on TikTok right now that I have realized maybe I should take a beat on Red Note.
I have not joined Red Note yet. As someone who showed up to TikTok years later, I just feel like I want everyone to build the community and then I'll join because I made it's not a mistake, but I was on Twitter since 2011 when it became a thing. I have built my Twitter from the ground up for over 15 years at this point.
That was a
And
lot
then
more manual labor.
dumb Elon Musk, the first lady of the United States, had to show up, had to fuck it up. And now I don't go on Twitter. Ugh. I don't go on Twitter, but there's a new app from the creators of Twitter called Blue Sky.
Yeah. Have you dabbled in that?
I did, and I made an account, and I can't seem to get my content. I'm trying everything I can. I search things. I will look up hashtags. I try everything, and I'm getting nothing, basically.
Yeah.
And I'm lonely on there. I feel like I just don't know who to reach out to. I have a few Bravo creators I follow, but I miss what the world was.
That's my problem is I went to Red Note thinking there were more people on it.
Yeah.
And my big creators aren't necessarily on there. So I've had a little bit of a panic in the last day that, okay, I will never find them on Instagram. Like, obviously I can follow them, but I'll never see their content on Instagram. So I went and added them on Instagram so I don't forget them.
Yeah.
Because like there's the Alex Earls of the world. You never forget their name. But there's a few content creators that are recent to me that if TikTok goes down, like I don't 100% remember their names and I don't want to lose them in my life. They are the ones that are bringing me immediate joy. So I went to follow them on Instagram and now I'm like waiting till like the day before TikTok goes down to search people again on Red Note.
Yeah, it's a sad time. The amount of things we're losing. I don't know what the government is thinking, but I personally don't care if China has my data. This Chinese
Alicia
spy knows me better than my own parents at this point.
Yeah.
Let me keep
Adopt
him.
me, please.
Or her, or them.
True.
Let me keep
Very
him.
True. Here's the thing. Because let me take this and let's be so fucking for real about this data argument, which we all know is not true. Like, also, that's not the reason.
What are they stealing from me that Mark Zuckerberg already has not taken from my soul?
And listen, I'm a marketing girly, and you and I used to work for a company that was a data collection agency.
We stole everyone's data. I'm just kidding.
If you know the access to people's data that me, little girl, has on her
23
laptop.
We're 23 years old, yeah.
Unreal the misuse of data that people at my own company try to do. So to be honest, TikTok
it's happening within our
selling
walls.
it and using it, at least I'm getting something out of it.
I'm getting joy. And I could purchase something from TikTok Shop if I really fucking wanted to.
Yes. Every other company sends me 800 emails I don't want and misuse my data in an annoying way. Whereas TikTok is feeding me everything I want. Happiness, joy, a little side of rage every once in a while. But at least I get something outside of an email I have to hit unsubscribe to for the 300th time.
TikTok doesn't spam me with emails, which...
No.
Thank the Lord for that.
They spam me with their little coupons, but I can hit X a lot faster than unsubscribing from your goddamn emails.
So here's my other thing now. In solidarity, all parts of me wants to delete my Facebook officially because Meta's crashing and I have not logged on to Facebook. That app has not been clicked.
I don't know my password, and you have to know your password to delete it. I don't know my password.
I have to know my password to... That sounds crazy. Someone just delete
because I tried to delete one of my fringe Instagram accounts I made because I'm like, hey, let me consolidate and delete as many users as I can. And they were like, what's your password? Or put in your password to delete. And I was like, I don't know it. And they don't delete it for 30 days.
How are we getting rid of TikTok when Mark Zuckerberg is walking the earth?
So because I can't delete that stuff, I am no longer clicking any ad. The only ads I clicked on were things that I knew I wanted anyways. And I would click them to remind myself that I wanted that later. Because if it wasn't in my budget.
Yeah.
But I went and I left 1-star reviews for every Meta app and Twitter.
I am obsessed with that.
But people have said they're buying reviews.
Because they're assholes.
But can you imagine being you know what? No, I didn't do the wrong thing. I didn't spend $7 million just for everybody to hate my app more. And so I'm going to prove it to people that we're the app on top. And instead of investing my money and making the app better, I'm actually going to buy 1 million reviews for each one of my apps.
It's giving, let's buy Greenland so we can win the next World War. It's giving,
mommy and daddy give me a title at their company to tell me I did a good job. And I can make money.
My new fear now, because I always forget Instagram is Meta, and that fucking drives me nuts because I've already built like a photo album on Instagram, and I hate that it's run by that fucking sleaze. But I'm wondering now, is my Instagram password the same as my Facebook password? And if I delete my Facebook, will my Instagram go too?
I never connected
I don't know how this works.
I never connected mine.
I don't think I did, but I don't know. I've had Facebook and Instagram for how long?
I've had Facebook since 2008.
I want it gone. I might just delete the app and never to be seen again.
I haven't logged into my Facebook in like 2 years. My family still is like, I can't believe you didn't come to this party. And I'm like, you didn't text me.
A Facebook group?
And they're like, we put a Facebook invite out there. And I'm like, did I accept? Because babe, no, I'm not coming. Also, Facebook. Your event's in St. Louis and I live in Chicago. That should have told you I'm not coming.
I'm non-Facebook, girly pop. My mom said something like, oh, so-and-so said you didn't say thank you after they wished you a happy birthday on Facebook. And I was like, no. Tell your friends to stop writing on my dumbass wall.
Even if I was on Facebook, I would tell your friends never. To stop.
Tell your friends
that
to go
makes me wonder how many people have been writing on my wall on my birthday every year.
I was like, tell stupid ass Aunt What's Her Nuts to stop writing on my Facebook wall.
It kind of better be a lot. I better be like a ghost, and people better be mourning my little gravestone on TikTok or on Facebook. There's probably only 5
people, because who the fuck wishes happy birthday when someone my age wishes me a happy birthday on Facebook? I'm embarrassed for them.
I'm so embarrassed.
You're dead to me. You're dead to me, and I hate you.
Okay, this is what it's giving. If you write on my wall, it's giving I need 800 people. Like, they need the attention so bad on their birthday that they're hoping that everybody's like, oh my God, but Susie Q does it every single year, so let me pay her back.
You think I'm checking Facebook on my birthday?
No. I'm not saying you're doing it. I'm just saying the person who's writing on yours.
I wasn't saying that. I meant like to that person. You think I'm even checking Facebook on my birthday? I'm not checking it on your birthday. The fuck? Go away. Don't, unless you're 95 years old, don't write on my Facebook wall ever for anything.
Distant grandmas can write on Facebook walls for birthdays.
But even that. But then dumbass family members or friends of my mom don't then call my mom and be like, Alicia never thanked me on Facebook. Fucking die, and I never will again. Like, what the fuck? Anyway, I'm going to miss TikTok so much. Okay,
I have some questions for you that kind of videos and themes I've been seeing around TikTok, and I'm curious for your views.
Okay.
People have been creating videos of like, they'll stitch videos and they're like, see, this was the Supreme Court's last straw on TikTok. Like, this is what tipped them over the edge. Is there anything where you're like, you know what? Those old folks were like, I can't handle this.
I recently came across this lovely gay man who was explaining that he's a girl's gay.
Dylan? He's one.
Maybe.
If not, I have somebody like this who I'm like, I've been searching to find him somewhere else.
This man went on a full, like, if I was a girl, I would totally look at this guy's phone, or like my boyfriend's phone.
His name's Dylan. Yeah, and he has like, a little birthmark.
Yeah, he's fabulous. I think it was that. Yes. Where he's like gaslighting his like, it's my pretend right, I'm a girl. Hetero boyfriend that like they can't look at her phone, but she can look at his.
And she like names he names every character.
I truly think that was the moment that someone was like, we have homo men pretending to be women now.
Shaming men and looking at their
that was it.
Non-existent phone.
Not only is this man gay, but he's now hypothetically a woman. He's fucking the Supreme Court up. No doubts in my mind. That was the last straw. And which is crazy, because if your last straw wasn't some guy named, I don't know, Bryce Hall or Charlie D'Amelio, whatever her fucking name is, they're shaking their asses and you're like, no, this app is a good thing. Please. Now, once I get them off of my page,
now that we're not dancing, you want to be in this app? Like, now that we're doing productive work, I see why you want to be in this app, huh?
We had fucking 16-year-olds shaking their ass on my screen. I felt crazy that that's what was popping up at times, right? But now you're losing it over a gay man hypothetically being a woman dating a straight man. I don't get it. What's the issue?
I saw a girl doing a video where this is like a wine bottle, and then she has 2 cups, and then a wine bottle has a cup, and she's like, guess which one? If you can guess it right, we can drink. And I'm sure the Supreme Court was like, you guys are so fucking dumb. We're pulling the app.
Do you think the Supreme Court is so mad that Paige and Craig broke up that they're punishing Paige by getting rid of TikTok?
Oh my God, they would. They would.
They love a Southern man. That was
their last straw.
They love a Southern man, let me tell you.
Okay, one other little trend is what should be banned before TikTok? Like, a lot of people are saying...
Are we going funny or serious?
Both, because a lot of people are like, the LED fucking lights on these SUVs and these trucks that blind you.
What are those fucking rocket ship cars that they have now?
Oh, wait, the Cybertruck? Or
yeah, those should be banned.
Dude, did you hear that those, and by here I mean I watched a TikTok video.
Where I get my news, you mean? Where I'm educated? Yeah.
Those are rusting because people thought stainless steel doesn't rust, and it's just that it's like more rust resistant. Like, it works on fridges because they're not sitting outside.
Y'all, if you have one of those, I won't even send you concepts of thoughts and prayers. I hate you. No, those should be gone. If we're going to be serious, white straight men, they can go before we get rid of TikTok.
Okay, here's an unserious one that I wholeheartedly believe and reach out to the I forget the governing body that oversees ads, but Hulu's louder than their show ads. Like, their ads are so loud. I need that to stop. I have submitted so many complaints. I need it. I'm not joking. I've submitted so many complaints. I've read a whole Reddit thread about how it is like such a problem. It is illegal to have an ad that is louder than the relative sound of the show.
Hulu fucked up.
I'm coming for you, Hulu. That's the next app we're banning.
Selling unripe avocados, because then I buy them and they just sit there. That should be illegal.
It's okay for it to be a little bit not ripe, but the rock hard, when all 6 in a bag are rock hard.
Hinge should be deleted way before TikTok.
Banned, designed to be banned.
Someone asking you when you're going to get married or have a kid, that should be banned before
I like that.
TikTok.
I like that.
I could fucking go on.
Here's one. Coughing without covering your mouth.
That's disgusting. Get that out of here. Or, oh my God, reusing the same tissue multiple times to blow your nose. That drives me up a god.
Like, people set it down?
Like I was sitting next to someone on the train. I actually want to kill myself thinking about it. And she had a tissue and she'd blow her nose and then put it in her pocket. And then she would take it out and blow her nose again. I wanted to kill myself next to her. Anyway.
I was going to say, I like fold mine and do like 2 blows per tissue in one sitting.
She kept blowing. There's no way there was still room.
It's the put down. There's no way
she'd go back to her
There's
book.
No room.
There's no way there's room for
Dude,
more
and you're keeping and grabbing a wet tissue. Gross. All those germs.
It disgust unless you're just blowing air, which I can't imagine that's what's happening.
But like, why are we blowing our nose then?
Why are we blowing our nose? Exactly. I think weddings over $100,000, those should be illegal before we.
I like that.
Baby showers, wedding showers, any type of shower that's not just me showering.
Sprinkles. Why do you need
I don't know what the fuck that is, but get rid of it.
It lives in the same zone as mini moons for me, where it's like your second, third, every kid.
I don't even want to know.
Every kid, you have another baby shower, but you can't say you have a baby shower, so they lightly sprinkle you. They don't shower you.
Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Beats. I hate the food beats. Get rid of those before you would get rid of
headphones.
Those could get rid of it too. Any P. Diddy song and R. Kelly song, make that illegal before TikTok. I don't know what we're doing here. I just saved the world. I don't know why we're listening to Congress. Why are they not calling me?
I want those Tarte influencer trips to be banned.
Oh my God, kill whoever created that.
I hate them.
I keep saying to kill people, but like, I'm pissed. Yeah.
Because they don't, like, when Grace O'Malley was on it, I'm in. I'll watch. But you don't have like normal people on it.
No,
And our
you
enemy, Brianna Chicken Fry, is on it. Or was on
Yeah.
it. It's probably over by now.
Get rid of Brianna Chicken Fry and Dave Portnoy before TikTok. Why do those assholes have
survive?
podcasts? Yeah, what the fuck? I've also decided from last week, I like Theo Vaughn. I've always liked him because he was on the challenge, but I didn't know how I felt about him.
We've got to keep Column.
I think that his fan base is just terrible, but his content is actually kind of like not totally problematic.
Well, I don't think
makes sense.
people are reading between the lines on him. Like
he's actually kind of dope, but his fan base is like very frat.
It goes over their head.
Boys. Oh my God. Anyone who wears your college letter or your frat or sorority letters after college, we can get rid of you.
That is so funny.
Get rid of them. Like,
yes.
How?
I graduated and I put everything in a box. I have some stuff that I wore in college. I threw a lot of it away. And then I have like some stuff that was in good condition. And the only thing with Greek letters I still wear is something not even from my sorority, because it is my favorite sleep shirt from my best friend's sorority.
Well, yeah. Then that's fine. But like, still, don't wear your letters in public.
It's so
weird. Don't identify as your sorority or fraternity. Don't be like, oh, I was a tri-del. No one gives a shit. No. You're 30.
When somebody asks me what my sorority is, I actually have to think about it.
I don't remember.
I literally am like, this is what I was in.
I have once forgotten when I was out with a girl who was in my sorority with me, and she literally looked at me and went, "Are you fucking kidding?" And I went, "What were we in?" Couldn't even tell you.
Especially now, like with us like turning like in our 30s and stuff, like we are so far from it.
I couldn't even tell you the last time I thought of the sorority besides right now. What else to get rid? Do you want more? Most of the things. I mean, I'd have to.
You don't have to.
Anything to do with men, really. Unless you're gay,
we don't want to.
Probably get rid of you. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Grey's Anatomy. Get rid of it.
No,
I don't care anymore. It's been on for so long.
You're probably just mad because you are like tracking Dylan now, and he is talking all the Grey's Anatomy. That's how I found him.
Who?
The gay guy. Oh, he does Grey's. That's how he got.
Couldn't even tell you. I just thought of something that was existing for way too long that we should have gotten rid of, and Grey's Anatomy.
Okay, it needs to end.
Oh, for sure. Get rid of it.
I'm in for it ending, but keep me the first 3 seasons. The rest can go.
So, get rid of energy drinks. I had one before going to the gym last week, and I thought I was going to explode.
But can we bring back the original Four Loko?
Yeah, obviously. That was amazing. That was
they can't because it's
part of me learning to drink.
They like kind of band the ingredients together.
But you're going to tell me Celsius, which is what I drank, is not bad for me. I thought I was having a heart attack.
That's what I've heard. I'm so scared to drink them. I've never had one.
I drank half of a
That's what people say. And then it freaks them out.
I was so scared, Meredith. I almost cried. I was so scared. Let me tell you what was happening. I was trying to just walk on the treadmill and read after work. And it's a tough day if you have to commute in. So I was like, I'll just drink.
After one day going in, yeah, I do.
Yeah, it's hard. So I was like, I'll drink half a Celsius because I don't really drink a lot of caffeine. This will like help pump me up a little bit. I'm walking on the treadmill trying to read my book. And I couldn't focus. I thought I was having heart palpitations. I was about to call the police to come get me. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to try doing a workout to try and like work this out. I couldn't even focus on the workout. I was like bouncing off the walls.
That's terrifying.
And then I did the full workout because I was so scared to stop moving that like to sit like this would be terrifying.
Yeah, with it.
I went back. I ate as much bread as I could because I was like, is it like alcohol where I just like it soaks it up? I was so scared.
My mom, we have friends with a lake house, and the fridge is always stocked, and so or like has stuff from like the last family who was there or something. And so we always buy stuff and bring it. And my cousin drinks Celsiuses. And so he put them in that fridge, the beer fridge. My mom thought it was a seltzer.
Oh my God, your mom probably
she cracked it open and like I think had a few sips, but my cousin caught her in time.
Yeah.
And this was like 9 p.m. at night, Alicia. And my cousin was like, put that down right now. Put that down right now.
It was like a Kathy Hilton drinking a Red Bull at 2 a.m.
Yes.
Stop.
My mom doesn't drink any caffeine.
Me too. Yeah, I feel.
Maybe a little bit of tea.
I drink some tea. That's about it. If I'm crazy, I'm going to do a matcha. But that half that Celsius packet almost killed me. So how is that legal and TikTok's going away? Someone make it make sense.
Someone make it make sense.
Anyway, should we talk about other news? Because we've been talking about this for
Yes.
half an hour and I could go on forever.
I could too. That's the problem. But we don't need to memorialize this for the rest of the 4 days.
I hope we all protest enough that it comes back.
Listen,
I'm about to move to China.
I will say, I'm not mad at the date it's going down because then somebody else starts their presidency the next day. And like, I would just love to know the economic impact that is going to boop.
Ooh.
So like, I am willing to sacrifice it for a month. I know this is other people's livelihoods, so they can't play with the same stuff, but I'm not mad if it's lights out for a month and they are scrambling to get it back.
Ooh, and also, those followers probably can't all get together on alt-right TikTok. I've never been on that side of TikTok, but
they're not on Red Note, so I will say it is a good time.
They can't. They hate the Chinese. Why would they go on it?
You can't talk about politics. You can't talk. There are. They have even more restrictions. So people are like talking about cats. Like we're helping the Chinese kids with their English homework. I'm learning Chinese. Like I'm having a good time.
Okay. Let me know how it goes. I'm going to go for you or to YouTube for the foreseeable future. I am sad to lose book talk. But now I've debated being like, should I just do a YouTube book channel at this point?
I think you should. Everybody, this is a good time to go follow us on YouTube. We do have an also account there where I post.
Oh, I forgot to say
everything.
Content. Oh, while we're talking about it, we do have a TikTok, but don't follow us on there for a while. But we also have an Instagram, a YouTube, and a Patreon. All the links are in our description. Maybe I'll link my book YouTube. Should I just start posting videos on our YouTube and get YouTube books?
Yes.
I don't know what
we're calling it. Put it on our also
yet.
page.
BookTube? I don't know what we're calling it, but
because of
everyone's moving to YouTube on the book.
I think people just hashtag normally on YouTube.
Normally?
Like how you would on Twitter. It's not like we had like book Twitter.
Oh. I don't know. I'll figure it out.
Start the revolution.
I have to learn a whole new
app.
app.
Perks for joining YouTube, they just bumped their video length up to 3 minutes for their shorts.
I don't know what that means, but I'll learn it.
You could only have a minute and a half before.
Oh, hell yeah.
So the length of the video is up. So like,
who owns YouTube? Do we like them?
Google does. They're definitely not the best, but they're not the worst. They're not Mark Zuckerberg.
No, fuck that fucking incel. I hate him. I actually just watched The Social Network 2 recently for the first time, and he's a terrible person.
Oh my God. Okay, I promise.
It's probably not even accurate.
This is probably my last
I have a lot of news
thing on TikTok, I promise. Okay. But the CEO of TikTok was an intern at Instagram, I heard. I've never fact checked this, but
I love gossip.
That he brought the idea of TikTok to Instagram. They didn't like it, and so they passed on it. So there is like beef. Because now Zuck has tried to buy
Mark Zuckerberg.
He tried to buy TikTok, and they were like, no. So it's like it's not just like business. This is personal.
He's literally such an incel.
So everybody go give your 1-star review.
Ugh, fucking loser, that guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay. Moving on.
Great.
Do you have any specific news that you want to touch on?
Yeah, I do, because it kind of goes with TikTok, but it's a little off.
I think I know what it is.
My dude Spencer Pratt is back online. He's never left, but I forgot Spencer Pratt existed for a little bit.
The audience is like fond of him. That's what's new.
It makes it even funnier because, all right, guys, I might get sued for doing this, but I'm going to do it. So I worked for Lo Bosworth's company.
I almost texted you about this specific thing.
It was so stupid. So I won't go into specifics, but if you follow, it wasn't my best moments in my life. But Lo Bosworth was always very against like doing stuff for the Hills, which is understandable because like she's so far removed for it. Like Lauren Conrad doesn't really do it either. But Spidey, man, they love any type of fame. That's who Spidey is, and we support Spencer and Heidi in that way. But Spencer kept posting about like his house burning down and how terrible that is. And then he's like, also side note, I keep getting ads for Lo Bosworth's vagina company.
I was
Which
cracking up,
which was
Alicia.
so funny. And the best part was he's like, please go see a doctor, which was so funny. Anyway,
He was like, I have blocked, I think he said he blocked Lo,
he
her personal
blocked the
account, but he
ad.
gets the business account. Like he gets the ads. And I
because they're
think
not friends. Lo is not friends with Spidey.
and
Spidey's
it's not like
friends
some
with Lo.
big beef that they don't like. They're not friends on socials. But
But, like,
how
yeah.
funny if you like had a friend from high school where you're like, I'm trying to avoid you, but your fucking company won't stop serving me ads.
Yeah, it was hilarious. So he and then someone was like, "Oh, I love the products," and Spencer's like, "No, that's great. I just don't need vagina pills." It was so funny, and then it was funnier because I worked there, so it was extra funny. But then Lo responded.
Did she?
Oh my god! And she was like, "Hey Spencer, hey Heidi. So glad Heidi's song is popping up on TikTok. I want to do my part." to help with everything you're going through with the LA wildfires. So Spencer, we're giving you a code to use at Love Wellness. And I
Stop it.
promote
now.
your business, trying to help.
Oh my
It was
God.
so, and if that doesn't tell you, this is public knowledge. This is on TikTok right now. You can go find it. But if that tells you the kind of thing I dealt with at work, that was
well, it's
so
like all
funny.
you had to do was put like a video of your brand up with Heidi's song, and like honestly, would have gotten you better favor.
The best part is I would put money. I haven't actually asked anyone that still works there. I would put money that no one has used that code, because in previous codes that Love Wellness has tried to use, they don't always work.
Ooh.
So that
it's
is
hard because
so
you have
funny.
to buy directly from the website, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
and
it's
a
like
lot of people probably get the product from like Target if
someone's
they do
got to
buy
type
it.
in Prat Daddy 15.
Stop it.
That's hilarious.
For their vagina supplements.
For your vagina supplements. But it was so funny that she's like, I'm so sorry, every one of your belongings
I
is
didn't
gone.
know that.
I want to help you.
Here's a code.
With my company.
Work for it, bitch.
Oh, don't clip this for the socials, but
Absolutely
that is
not.
so funny.
I will say
happened.
them
because I had to sign stuff when I left
You're
for
fine.
severance. But that's so funny.
Heidi and Spencer having their moment, I love. One thing I'm tired of people doing though is being like, wow, like now knowing that Heidi and Spencer weren't the villain, and it's like, because I'm like in my 30s, and it's like, no, it's realizing all these people were in their 20s and this was a manufactured
Everyone
beef.
sucked. Yeah, if you rewatched Laguna Beach, you would be like, Kristen wasn't the villain, but she wasn't nice, and neither was LC, because they actually talked on the Laguna Beach rewatch podcast, and they were like, we both sucked. And it was like, yeah, baby.
You were young and dumb.
And the way it's edited, even I think Lauren Conrad was like, they really edited me to like be pining over Steven. I had like 4 boyfriends in this time when we were filming. I'm like, none of it was true. And the same people did The Hills, so it was edited the same way.
Even not like, this isn't worse, but Heidi and Spencer leaned into it purposely.
Well, that's how they got they knew. They were the original smart reality TV stars, where they knew it doesn't matter
they
how we're being talked
created
about.
the game.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how we're being talked about. As long as we are in the news, we get our cash. Which they blew, I think, on like one vacation, and then they were poor again. So they had to show up to be the villain again.
Spencer said that after they were like ending The Hills, they poured all their money into Heidi's album, and they over the last few years have been like, was like a mistake. And then he's like, but to now be at number 1.
Is hilarious. That is extra fucking hilarious. Because then they also did that Hills reboot, which
I feel like that went down because of COVID a little bit.
Yeah, but all the people on that were people that weren't in the public eye, weren't making money anymore, and needed something else to like. And Spidey defines that, but they do it shamelessly, which is where the respect comes in. They
Agreed.
are like, we don't care if you're talking about our music, our previous like filming a show. We don't care if you're talking about our nudes.
On, I
Yeah.
believe it was an Instagram post, and it was a paparazzi shot, and he goes, "Wow, first time in my life I haven't called the paparazzi on myself."
Yeah,
like they're just showing up for me now.
They're absolutely hilarious. So shout out Spencer. Everyone, if you're gonna order from the website, use Brat Daddy 15, I guess.
Get him some money. If you're gonna buy straight from the website of Love Wellness, please use code.
Just public servants doing their part out here, trying to help out the LA wildfire victims.
I'm dead.
Oh, that was the best TikTok I've ever seen. When I tell you, I was crying laughing. Anyway,
okay, one more news thing, and I just, it's a gut check to see. I know you don't care about this family, but I'm curious how you feel about celebrity names.
Okay.
The Mahomes had their baby, and everybody's been.
They have another. How many babies?
They had their third child, and
she was pregnant again. I didn't even know she was pregnant. A third child.
I know. You don't follow her, but just in the scheme of like celebrity kids' names, they can go fucking
terrible.
Crazy. So their first daughter, her name is. Well, they had two dogs that had like metal type names, and then they named their daughter Sterling. In the, like,
okay, I kind of liked Sterling.
I think Sterling's cute, like on its own. Okay. And then they had their son, and he's Patrick Mahomes, like the third. Okay. So they call him Bronze, which I think is a really cute nickname to stick with.
That's a cute nickname.
And then it fits their theme. So everybody's like, they're going to name their child Goldie. That's just like a trending name. So they named her Golden. And people are like, wow, I can't believe you ranked your kids. And it's like, they're not ranking them. They're just picking metal names.
Oh, like literally metal.
Yeah. So
for
it's
a second when you said metal, gold, I thought like music, and I was like,
one's gold, one's like sterling silver, and one's bronze. And it's like they're not ranking their kids and how much they like them, and they're just picking the names that work for them.
They should have named a kid Lead or something. I don't know.
Like, I mean, people are like, I think it's funny the names people are like dreaming up if they have a fourth child.
They can't have a fourth kid.
I mean, you could.
Also, who the fuck cares? Whatever
I feel like these are more normal, unique celebrity names.
They are, but also I hate Brittany Mahomes. So
I know. So like put that past it.
But yeah, I mean, it's not that. I don't care. If you want to make your kid sound dumb at school, you do that. Have your kid called whatever sterling silver medal you want her to be called. I don't really give a shit. That's your kid that's going to be bullied, not mine.
I think with the last name of Mahomes in Kansas City, you're not going to be bullied, though.
Oh, Jessica's going to show up and bully the pants off all those metal kids. Are you fucking kidding?
Not the metal kids. The metal Mahomes.
Jessica's coming out the woodworks for Sterling and being like your second favorite. Immediately. I bet. Anyway, you know what?
Yeah.
Fuck her. I have more news.
Okay.
Tommy Fury has broken his silence and said the reason he and Molly May broke up was not because he cheated. And it's ridiculous that everyone would feel that way. It's actually because he was addicted to alcohol. Oh, no. That's what he said.
You're lying.
That's what he said on a TikTok.
But you know he's getting ahead of that because her documentary comes out on Friday. So I'm gonna be watching it. And then this is my favorite thing because I mentioned this in my timeline of them. So her documentary is on the 17th. His next fight is on the 18th. So she's like, I am just going to, every headline is going to be about me, not you.
Yeah, who's watching that shit? Also, Tommy Fury, I don't care if you broke up because Molly May cheated on you and she was addicted to alcohol. I would still pick her side. I don't know what we're getting at. I know what side to pick.
I think she's going to tell the truth. Or like her version of the truth, obviously. But
what
like,
does she have to lose?
I think she's going to say that like he was unfaithful. Maybe not the explicit details, but that, or like trust was broken. Like, why would you come out and say something like that ahead of this?
There's YouTube footage. He was always off training.
Yeah.
He wasn't home. He was an absentee husband.
If you didn't cheat on her, you weren't around.
You were cheating on her with boxing with fucking Jake Paul, of all people, who you should just beat if you've been training for this your whole life. God. This clown shows up and you're like, I have to go away to train? Please. Please. Anyway, one last thing.
Yep.
Carrie Underwood is canceled because she
Yeah.
agreed to sing at Donald Trump's inauguration.
I mean, I'm not surprised she did it. I'm never surprised by any country artist who comes out as
I was a little
MAGA.
surprised. I thought Carrie Underwood was an ally, and she's not.
Ooh, I didn't think she was an ally, but I didn't think she would be so public.
She wants to unite the country with her singing, and
He's
I hope
so
she
fucking
sings
for
before
real.
he cheats.
That's the thing.
That would be hilarious. So goodbye, Carrie Underwood. No love lost for me. I don't really listen to country, but
how iconic if an artist said, yeah, sure, like I'll do it.
Ooh.
They give them the song that they're gonna sing, like, and they give them a fake one, and then she comes out and does that. That's how you can win the people back.
Yeah.
I understand you can't publicly like tell everybody because then it would blow your cover. But if you don't, if you sing before he cheats, all's forgiven.
If you trash up his car while doing it too, I mean,
okay, maybe not his car because then he's in a presidential motorcade and she'll probably be shot. So I understand if she doesn't destroy his car.
Well, he's not going to be in the car.
He is going to be walking.
So
typically.
he's walking and she does it in the parking. She's like, "Can I perform in the parking lot?" And she just fucking stabs his car with her keys. She takes a baseball bat.
Even a fake, even not his car, like just for the bit. Find a car.
A car that has, I don't know, Donald Trump's face on it, and you beat the shit out of it. That'd be hilarious.
A la Taylor Swift with the with the golf clubs.
Do you need a choreographer? I'll tell you how to hit it perfectly. In time with the beat.
That would be amazing.
So
in time with the beat, I can help.
In time with the beat. Yeah, I'm fucking in. So that's all my news.
That's all I had.
Shout out. Okay, should we get to my book club real quick?
Yeah.
Okay, so I read 2 books since I last talked to you. Let's just round out. I finished that stupid 5th book in that stupid Irish series that I read.
I saw Binding 13 on a post on Red Note, and it was my favorite boyfriends of 2024, and it said Johnny and I was like, Kavanaugh. Get the fuck out of here.
Johnny's so funny.
They're like, he's so sweet and understanding.
All I think about when someone mentions Johnny is like him going, "This alcoholic father's the worst. Why'd he spill his whiskey?" Like, it was so funny.
Tommy Fury, take notes. Don't waste your alcohol on burning your family down.
Oh, it was so funny. Anyway, I miss the middle 2. I miss Joey's stories.
Yeah.
Those were truly the best. But because I couldn't stay away and I just need to know how Joey's doing, and I've decided if ever someone wants to write a book about Joey and Aoife doing nothing, I'll read all 1,000 pages of that, no questions asked. I instead read, it's called Taming 7. It's the 5th book. It's about 2 characters. One I kind of care about. He's fine. The other one I fucking detest. She is the worst. I hated her from
it's
book
their
1.
Love story, right?
Yeah, I hated her from book 1. Let me tell you what happened. When I tell you I read 2 of their chapters of them just hanging out, and anytime there was no other character, I would skip the full chapter. I have no idea how they fell in love. I have no idea what's happening.
Wait, where does it fall between how much you hated Johnny and what's her name?
Johnny and Shannon were the best,
right?
Compared to these people. This is worse than Johnny and Shannon. At least Johnny and Shannon.
Oh my God, I don't think he likes me, even though he's driving me home. How could he ever like a skinny, whore like me?
Yeah, this was weirdly written. It was like longtime best friends falling in love, but the way they communicated was super fucking weird. Like, he would call her babe and tell her he loved her, and she would also do that.
But they weren't like dating or really flirting.
No, they slept in the same bed, but then they'd be like, "We're not dating," but they only were dating each other. It was so weird, these 2. In case you're wondering, Joey and Aoife were doing great. We saw a few scenes of them. Joey is still sober and clean. They have their kid. Older brother Darren keeps trying to come in, and it makes Joey real fucking mad.
Yeah, because they're living with Johnny's parents.
Yeah, so Johnny's parents are not going to keep older brother Darren from seeing the little kids, but Joey's like, he cannot meet my son, which I also find interesting. I would love to explore that. I don't know what we're doing with these other 2 people who eventually fucking kiss and then immediately have sex because they're fucking in love. Don't care. Anyway, let's get to some drama.
Okay, next.
It's gonna be 2 seconds. The guy was molested by his stepbrother, and it comes out in the most horrific of ways. Okay.
God, this writer is just like, hey,
But it wasn't
I know your life is probably traumatic, but let me put you into these traumatic ass stories where you will also have to go to therapy.
But it wasn't written well. Like
which is like such a 2025 thing to say about books. That trauma, not written well.
It was terribly written. It was like he told his babysitter, and his babysitter didn't necessarily not believe him, but his babysitter was 17 and dating the stepbrother and was like, yeah, so this 7-year-old kid at the time was like, he touches me weird. And the babysitter was like,
you don't understand.
Well, she was like, wait, that's not something to joke about. I'm being really serious. You either take it back and tell me you're joking, or I'm going to tell your parents. And he was scared he was going to get in trouble instead of like her trying to help. So he took it back. But then she walked in on the stepbrother molesting this guy, the kid. And then she felt so guilty that she hadn't believed him. She wrote a suicide note to him saying like, bring this to the police. We'll get him fucking arrested. And then she killed herself. And remember that girl that saved Joey? That was her sister that then killed herself. But that girl thinks that the stepbrother raped her sister because the brother hasn't come out. It's so crazy. So whatever. But you know how it comes out? His stupid ass girlfriend that I detest found the suicide note and told everyone what actually happened. He didn't want it out. He had been holding it in, and yeah, that wasn't healthy, but he wasn't ready for it to come out. He was outed.
Somebody else outed the situation.
He was struggling with his sexuality, right? Being raped by a man at a young age. He was struggling with loving himself, with like then having to keep this secret, with this girl hating him because she thought that it was his brother that raped the sister,
Alicia,
but it wasn't.
I'm thrilled you're done with this book series.
This fucking bitch. Anyway, that's the book. I read a better book after that. So I read
Cleanse My Soul, please.
Then I actually would recommend to you. Okay. It's called Don't Forget to Write. It's about
I added it to my, they don't have it on Libby yet, but I added it to my Chicago library app.
Yes. I actually do think you'd like this book. It was about a 20-year-old girl who, it's the 1960s. So her dad is basically like, you need to get married and find a husband. And she's like, I don't want that for myself. I want to make my own way. And he's like, no, I'm sending you off to live with your great aunt because I just can't fucking control you. And her great aunt is single and not married. And she kind of sees what her aunt does and like is finding her own footing. And it was actually like a really good book.
I love that.
10 out of 10 recommend.
Okay.
Don't read skip them, just read Joey's books. You don't have to read any other book in this series. I'll keep you posted though. The new book comes out in April, so don't.
On the Binding 13 series because it's probably a second book to this.
No, it's going to be the girl whose sister killed herself, her story.
Okay. Okay. Jesus.
I won't go into details because I didn't care. When I tell you I skipped so much of this book.
It's okay. I will
tell you though, I like Johnny better. Shannon's still whatever to me, but
the fact that couple's worse than Johnny and Shannon to you.
I detest them. They're so weirdly written. And the author knows because she like put out a little thing, a blurb for her next book and was like, this is my redemption because I'm disappointed about what happened in the last book. And I'm like, yeah, your last book was trash, 1 star.
She's acting like she didn't have control over it.
Literally, were you high writing this book? It was terrible. Anyway,
maybe she just is so in deep on the trauma that it just got so normalized. She's like, how can I one up Joey? Know what? And then she was like, you know what? I did take it too far.
You know what? Joey was never raped by his brother, so let's do that.
Oh my God.
I know. And it was badly written, which is so I didn't care. I cared when Joey showed up and said, hey man, like, let's separate you. And I was like, no, Joey's I didn't care about this guy that needed to be separated from the group.
Yeah.
I cared about Joey separating him. So to each their own.
Damn.
Anyway, can we go to shows or something?
Yes. Do we want to dabble in just like light little touches that we've been watching and finish with our favorite?
No, start with the Traitors because if we don't hit anything else, then that's fine.
That's true. Okay. Well, can I just say this as a disclaimer for both of us? Love Island All-Stars is coming to Peacock, and it's like by the Love Island USA brand, but has a lot of UK people. So I will be watching.
You got to wait for me. I'm in the middle of UK season 8.
Okay, I can wait a few weeks for you because we know it'll be on for weeks and weeks.
No, I'm never going to finish all 65 episodes of this fucking show by then.
I think you can watch Love Island USA All-Stars because the people on it.
Oh, is that what this is?
Yes.
Oh.
So like Curtis is on it.
UK because Curtis
UK did one last year, but Love Island USA brings more people.
But Curtis and Kaz is on this season, and
the Love Island All-Stars that was last season was the Love Island UK franchise doing an All-Stars.
Oh, so is this not?
This is Love Island USA doing a Love Island All-Stars.
But isn't like Curtis and Kaz and Gabby and they're all on this? They're all UK.
But I think there's some US people too.
Oh, but fine. I mean, every UK person I've seen so far, I know.
You know. That's why I think you'll be okay with this. I think you have to wait for that UK version because there were way too many people you didn't know.
I got to make it through season 9 to watch Love Island UK All-Stars.
Yeah, just to make it super confusing for everybody.
But I literally have only seen... I've literally only seen UK people on this season of All-Stars. I gotta look this up.
There's one guy where I don't recognize him, and I think he's a US person. And I think
there's one US person on this whole fucking...
No, on the intro cast, because they haven't announced everybody because they'll bombshell in. So I think they're trying to anchor it with the UK people to make sure people watch, and then they'll bring in people.
Oh, do we know who's... Okay, hang on. I'm looking up who's actually... So... Catherine, season 10, she's from UK. Curtis, we know, season 5, the stupid dancer. Alma, she's UK. Gabby, she's UK. India, I don't remember India.
I don't remember her. And then there's one guy that I'm like, I don't... Oh, wait, India is on a more recent season. You won't know her.
No, she's from season 5? I watched that was Molly May's season. Weird. Kaz from season 4, I know her. Luca, from season 8. Wait. I thought Luca was from season 7. Maybe I'm on season 9. Doesn't matter. But I know Luca. I know Marcel. I know Naz. I know... Who the fuck's Olivia? Oh, I'm season 9. I wouldn't know her. How do I know? Oh, Luca started in the show.
Oh, okay. India was with Ovi, I think, in the back. And like, I know later.
India. My big face. Oh, I know India. Okay, I just don't know Olivia then. And Ronnie. Who the fuck is Ronnie? And Scott from season 2 is here, which is hilarious.
Ronnie was from this most recent UK season. Alicia.
Okay.
He has horrendous hair because he has like a, what's it called? When
he got the
No, it's like when you have fake hair.
Toupee?
Yes, that's what people think he has. He was playing games and people are like, you are not cute enough to be playing these games.
I'm interested mostly because one, Scott is an old timer, man. That season 2, he was with Katie with a DY. C-A-D-Y, I think. So it's been a long time. But then also Gabby and Marcel are exes. They did the whole season together. They're big time exes.
This will be interesting.
Oh, I can't believe Alma's here.
Maybe it will just be UK people because they were able to pull that. But I would think that there are some sprinkled in other franchises because this is, I'm pretty sure this is with the USA production company, and that's why it's living on Peacock.
All Stars 1 is on Peacock because every day I want to watch it, and I don't.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay, so then maybe Peacock got the rights to All Stars and Hulu.
I might just watch both All Stars because
I think you should.
I've seen enough of the show. I know the main players. I'm on season 8 now. I know who Luca
the only
is.
people who, and I think you've seen them already, that you'd be like ruined about their story is, what is their names? Oh, Molly.
Hmm.
There's a new Molly and Tom, or new Molly and what was her ex?
I don't know.
I don't remember right now,
I
but
will tell you though, TikTok did, because I know I'm watching season 8 right now. They did spoil a couple because a couple just broke up, and I was like, "What the fuck? They just got together." Like they just broke up in real life, and I was like, "They stay together." So now I know those two. What's her name? Tasha and Andrew.
okay, that's still
Are they
rumors.
beloved?
That's still rumors because they bought a house together at the start of 2024. They just haven't
No.
been posting together.
He posted with her 4 days ago. I just came
I
across
know,
his
but
TikTok.
like his was 4 days ago. She hasn't posted a lot with him. And if they have posted together, it's been very sporadic compared to like normal content. I'm not convinced about those two yet. I'm not
Well,
convinced.
I'd like to say they just
because
got together.
I'm going to spoil you so hardcore because this is why I don't
Okay.
believe they're not together. They have matching tattoos of her like cochlear implant.
Whoa.
At least he definitely
I
has
love
one. Like they
Tasha.
are in on each other. So
I
I
really
just
like
don't believe
Tasha.
it yet.
Yeah. Whatever. I just got to the episode where she like kissed someone else in a game and he was offended, but they decided to like stay together. And now I know they stay together the whole fucking season. I hope something happens. I hope in Casa More he does something to shake it up, because I hate when couples are together from beginning to end. I need
I'm
there
just
to be
saying
chaos.
the like present day
Ugh.
might be spoiled for you, but there's still some stuff to come.
I hope so. I've learned Love Island specifically, not necessarily the US season 6, because that was short timed because of the Olympics. UK, it's really hard to get into until Casa Amor,
Yeah.
because I don't want to fall in love with anyone until I see if they're going to make it through Casa. And then that starts the most drama, and then I'm the most interested. Before
That's why the
then,
live
it's just
season, like watching
ugh,
it live is even more addicting because you're just like, you need your dopamine hit every single
I
day. So you
know.
fall in love a lot sooner and you get crushed by
The
those
first
casas.
30 episodes of a Love Island UK season are a little rough to get through. They are.
The first 7, when it's live, you're like, who are these people?
I don't know anyone's names ever.
Yeah.
I go that girl. There's a girl named Gemma on it that Gemma's driving me nuts with Davide, which is so funny because I want to call him David.
Okay, her dad is like a famous soccer player.
Yo, that makes sense. Gemma is.
She's
I
that
think
girl.
she might grow on me, but right now I would never want to be near Gemma. She drives me nuts.
Oh God.
Anyway, that's what's happening. I still couldn't tell you there's 4 people. I have no idea who they are. Can't distinguish them
That's
either.
okay. That's okay. Luca is
Anyway.
from that season, so
I know Luca. Luca's
Yeah.
very hot. He has very white teeth, and he's going between Gemma and Paige right now. I know.
All right, let's
get into
dive
Traitors.
into Traitors.
Yo, can I say, and you're going to feel me on this, there is a certain type of group of us that love the Traitors more than any other show, and it's those of us that not only watch Bravo, but watch Viacom.
Okay, Alicia,
There's a
I
group.
clocked this so hard this season.
Yeah, it's very obvious who doesn't watch.
Because, listen, to all the Bravo fans, I love that you love Bravo, but when you come to this show, this style of show, it's not a popularity contest. I am also sad that like Dorinda's gone and we don't get to see her at a round table, but like I can also understand the strategy of being a housewife hunter. It is good for business.
I would first like to shout out my friend Lainey, who also has watched Big Brother, Survivor, The Challenge,
There's
Bravo.
a small group of us who know basically everybody.
So Lainey is one of those. So hello, Lainey. She was texting me through the whole fucking episodes as we were both watching them at the same time. I was a little ahead, and I kept being like, "Get through episode 1. Do not turn it off."
Yeah, this is how I was with you.
But
I was like, "Tell me when you're there. Tell me when you're there."
Going back to the beginning, you have to know if you're going into Traitors, even just watching, who you have to have some sort of background. So like
as the player, you're saying.
Well, even as a watcher, because I hate the people, because I see the TikTok videos, I hate the people that are like, Wes is so mean. Why don't we vote him off? Fuck you.
That's not what this is about.
No. But as a player, but these people would drive me nuts when they're like, It could be Robin. Robin's the dumbest housewife on Bravo. You think that's who the traitor is? You're not even going to pick Dolores before Robin?
That's the thing.
And let me tell you, both of them, terrible liars. You think Dorinda is any kind of fucking mess? She can't hold the secret to save her goddamn life.
Okay, they're also picking them because they're a voting block. Like, they're thinking about it how Sandra was thinking about it last season, which I heard producers got mad at her for that, of thinking about people, because housewives would stick together, where Survivor people don't trust each other the same way the housewives would.
Maybe, but you already got rid of 2.
No, I agree.
You're still coming for Rob. Let me tell you, Robin's the biggest dummy on Bravo. There's no
She's
fucking
one that
way.
you keep there because you could convince her to be on your side.
She can't convince us that her husband didn't cheat on her. She's not going to convince you that she's not a traitor. Let me tell you, okay? Number 2, if I'm playing this game, there's obviously someone from Big Brother that's a traitor and someone from Survivor that's a traitor.
You.
Even if you don't know who's who, vote all of them off first. All Survivor and all Big Brother.
I was thinking about this. I was thinking about the strategy of this game of the players. Like, so sorry for anybody listening to this. I don't really care 100%. Like, my full focus is not the entertainment value, because the entertainment value for me comes from good strategy, good gameplay, not, housewives chatting it up.
Which is weird because I love the drama, but this is a game. I'm here to see the strategy.
It's a game first to me, and then the personalities and whatever. But we all know that they're going to shine because they are all reality TV people.
But they're all fake personalities too. They're all trying not to get caught.
That's the thing. This isn't just like we're all going to a summer camp for the weekend and we're like having fun and like rowing canoes. We are playing a goddamn game and people are lying. Everybody's lying to everybody. Even if you're faithful, you're like trying to be a faithful.
Yeah. Yes. So all of your personalities are on pause anyway.
Like, it's good to know the tics of every person to get a baseline of their personalities and like what they could and couldn't do. But
I would love with you to go through the cast, since you and there's probably one person on here I don't know, and his name's Zac Efron's brother. I don't know where he came from. But other than that, I could tell you who's a good player, who's not. Yeah,
I'm in love with him. I love him.
He's so cute. He's actually clocking it. He just doesn't have the skills to be able to articulate his reasoning and be able to get a following.
Reinforcements to help him. He is what was that Bachelor guy from last year? Pete. He is Pete. Like, he has good reads on a situation, but he needs a trusted source to bounce ideas off of, set some traps. Like, also, how do you not study the footage from the previous season? Because I feel like we've learned a lot on how to strategically play this game from the last 2 seasons to be like, all right, here's how we need to play this.
Here's what's happening. There's a Big Brother player and a Survivor player in the Traitors. Knock them all off immediately. And then there's one rando. And then you're going to tell me that 3 of the biggest goats of reality TV of their own shows pop up and you don't go, let's get them out immediately.
Because immediately you have to make assumptions as a faithful that one of those 3 is put in as a traitor, and so you have to say, I don't discriminate. Bye, bitches, you're all gone.
Bye to all of you. But even if they're not traitors, they're smart. You don't think they're gonna get you out so they could take a bigger piece of the prize money?
That's the thing. And this is my issue with housewives and some Bravo fans who are like making complaints on the internet, is they're sitting there and they think we can all hold hands in the final and like 90% of us can make it. And I need Bravo people to understand there will never be more than like 5 people in the finale.
It's only $250,000. I want to be the one faithful standing against one traitor.
Okay, well, that's like, I'll say, it's not selfish, but that's your like game player mind. It's that production will never let this be over in 2 episodes.
All the housewives aren't going to make it to the end. Like fucking police.
I get it. It would have been interesting to watch Dorinda, but you got to take your losses and you got to pick a side to root for or pick a person to root for.
So immediately, okay, so we have Bob Harper from The Biggest Loser. He actually seems pretty great.
He's blending into the background, which is fine.
Bob the drag queen, one of our traitors, he I think is more here to cause chaos and cause a name for himself than play the game.
I don't think he cares because, okay, also a thing to think about for people who don't watch competition shows is just like a normal reality TV show. You're getting paid a flat fee, sometimes extra money if you make it certain far, and then the prize money's at the end. So the prize money isn't always the glamorous part. It's about making a name for yourself.
Because
And
then you can get stuff after.
Yeah.
And he's from Drag Race, which I'll say the people that watch Big Brother and Survivor most likely also don't watch Drag Race. Like, it's probably
I don't.
a separate
So he's the one I
demographic.
didn't know.
So now, though, you know Bob the drag queen, so when he appears in other things, you can root for him and whatever.
Yeah,
That's
he's broadening his audience.
Trying 100%. To do.
100%.
He's pretty. I mean, the round tables are not. Well, let's just go. Do I think he was a good pick for Traitors? Sure. For
the other,
chaos.
The alternate person. Yeah. Also, can we talk all Traitors first? Because I thought that they were going to do a good job, but now I'm like, okay.
No.
You guys are not good at this.
Okay, so the other Traitors are Carolyn and Danielle Reyes.
And
Carolyn's from Survivor. She, I think, went in feeling like chaos, so no one really knows where she stands.
That's just because I watched her season, and she is very quirky. She's very hard to read because like she's constantly all over the place. So honestly, that is a good trait for her being a traitor because her baseline is not that I think she's unstable as like a human being, but her gameplay is very unstable. That it doesn't read like, oh, now you feel guilty.
I will also say, whenever we're making the decisions as traitors, I always have whenever she speaks, I lean more towards her than I do.
I agree with what she's
Danielle
saying.
And Bob the drag queen. Yeah, I'm more
Why would you get Dorinda out first? I understand shooting at a housewife. Why Dorinda? People were already targeting her.
Yo, go for it. You have 4 housewives, right?
Robin first.
Well, you got Dorinda, who's, if you've ever watched Bravo, not gonna.
She will piss people off. She'll be someone faithful's vote out just because they're annoyed with her.
But she's not like the smartest. She's not the sharpest tool in the shed. Then you got, what's her name from Dubai? What's her nuts?
Ayan.
She doesn't even know how to play the game.
Keep her in. You want you get her out later on because you know she's a dedicated faithful.
Honestly, at some point. Then you got Robin, who is a big dummy, but just can strong arm you. So maybe get rid of her. And then I think the most dangerous of all of them is Dolores.
I agree.
Get rid of fucking what are we doing getting rid of Dorinda? Get rid of Dolores.
This is where you need to know. I mean, you probably don't get who you're playing with, but this is where you need to have a little bit of knowledge of Bravo because you got to know that Dolores can sway a crowd, specifically her housewives and some like the competition people. She could get them on her side.
She's cool under pressure. She's going to say what she needs to say. She always can play the middle.
Yeah.
Dolores is your girl. I don't know
your
why
housewife
she's standing.
Threat. I know.
Crazy. Also, Danielle Reyes, which crazy because she is one of the greatest Big Brother players to have never won. She is cracking under this pressure. She's terrible. Terrible poker face.
I think she's trying to play this, like Carolyn said it at one point, like, you don't know this game. This is a different game. And I think she's trying, and I think Survivor and Big Brother, this is where the opportunity is for those different type of shows. And even challenge people kind of struggle with this. It's a double bluff if you're a traitor, whereas on your shows, you can be the outright villain and you don't have to bluff it that you're not being a villain.
Yeah. I do think Survivor has an up though, because a big part of the show is like not only bluffing people out, but also hiding like immunity idols and like superpowers and like learning how to play the game. Right. So they're already used to kind of like bluffing,
hiding half of their game from their own alliance.
Whereas Big Brother, if you don't go in lying, most of the time you can play kind of honest and just like tell people, you could just lie, right? Which is why I think Derek is a different kind of Big Brother player, because he went in immediately lying in Big Brother and came out the other side and was and did it with everyone still rooting for him because everyone's his friend, which is crazy because if they get lied to, they're like, fuck you. And then you have Wes, who also goes into every challenge game telling everyone what they want to hear and basically making that his. And if he doesn't get his way, he'll just screw you over and take you down with him.
Which
so
I think
like
will
Wes
be good
is,
for Traitors. But I think Danielle is so used to just being like, okay, I just got to get numbers on my side or something. And I think she could be a better faithful than Traitor.
Same.
I don't think
agree.
she has what it takes. And to be honest, she's going to take Bob the Drag Queen down because he is weirdly loyal to her.
The two of them should leave and leave Boston Rob and Carolyn to do the rest.
Because at a certain point, they like she's crying at the breakfast. People are going to start to get their wits about them. The faithfuls are, and they're going to be like, "Why are you crying? Why did you cry 3 weeks ago, or like also, 3 days ago? Technically,
I don't trust Rob the Drag Queen to not rat out the other traitors.
I don't think he'll rat out Danielle, but I think
I don't think you're allowed to. Actually, the oath, you can't rat out your traitors.
That's true. I bet you can't start the conversation, but you can, subtly
you can drop
sway
little
people.
breadcrumbs.
Yeah. I think that they are ready to take Carolyn down as like a sacrificial. I mean, they already are in episode 3 with their scroll. They wanted to put her in that thing. And Rob was like, no, that immediately looks guilty. We learned that with the last few seasons. You don't put a traitor in right now.
Actually, can we just, so they all show up at this stupid fucking house, right?
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm so pumped for everyone to be here,
Me
right?
too. I think I texted you that this was going to be the best season ever when I was watching episode 1.
So everyone's like showing up, and then Alan is like, hey, there's this other person. You can either shake his hand, have him enter the game, and then someone has to leave. We'll see who it is. And it's fucking Boston Rob. I was screaming at my TV going, someone shake his hand.
Yeah.
I don't care who.
Because a gamer needed to. I understand the like non-gamers being like, oh my God, I'm terrified. If Wes was standing there, he would have walked up and been like, fuck yeah. And then he would have picked another gamer to be like, you're done here.
Well, here's the thing. If you were smart and you know who Boston Rob is, he's one of the best allies to have on your fucking team. He's level-headed, he's smart, he's cunning, and you want him in the game from the beginning, right? I don't want him entering late because now he's a traitor and he knows all that. I want immediately to get eyes on him. I want to rip the thing off and give him the Tom Sandoval stink eye to see if he's a traitor or not, right?
I don't think he would have been selected as a traitor in the first round had he been added.
I don't either.
I kind of think that was a punishment.
Carolyn made me so mad. I was like, shake his hand, get Boston Rob as your fucking ally, and get rid of goddamn Tony. Tony's also a dangerous gamer.
I know. And I find Tony more dangerous no matter what side he's on.
I think Tony's more likely to screw you than Boston Rob is.
Me too. Like, Tony being a faithful doesn't make me feel good.
No. How did Jeremy not, because Jeremy lost because of Tony. How is he not like immediately yes? Immediately, no questions asked. Danielle could have gotten rid of Brittany. Like, I was sitting there going, literally.
The people who have a reason and a vendetta, like, you could convince your other faithfuls afterward that, like, listen, I did this for our own good. Rob is a faithful soul. I don't think he's a traitor. This was for the betterment of society.
But, like, anyone who's kind of smart, like, Chriselle should have done it and just gotten rid of Tom Sandoval.
She's so ditzy. Tom Sandoval would have been a perfect pick.
Tom Sandoval could have walked up and been like, I don't know what I'm doing, and just gotten rid of, I wanted Boston Rob in so bad, and I was like, I was so sad to see him leave, right? So then we go in, we, like, all meet each other. Zac Efron's brother shows up, and I just go, what are you doing here? And they're all slowly meeting each other. I don't know when like gameplay actually starts. Probably when like
they go and they get tapped.
They get interviewed. Wait, which was so funny.
Yeah.
Because Zac Efron's dumb brother, this is when I was like, this dude's gonna drive me nuts. Because he says, quote, I want to play this game as it should be played, as a faithful. Fuck off.
I hate the self-righteous faithfuls. I hate the self-righteous faithfuls. This isn't real. Nobody's getting murdered here. Calm down.
This isn't real. As it should be played.
And to be honest, if it was real, I would still want to be a traitor.
Also, yes, truly, kill or be killed, you know? Also, the rules literally state that there are 3 traitors killing people. What do you mean, as this game should be played?
Fuck
you, Zac Efron's brother. Grow up. And then Tom Sandoval's hanging out with Robin, two of my least favorite people. I was like, ugh.
I did like that Tom Sandoval was such a fish out of water. He had no allies. He has nobody who wants to be his friend.
He's so uncomfortable. He's the guy I would like keep 10 feet away because I'm like, I don't know if he's gonna try to kill me or try to make out with me. He's so weird.
That's the thing. Even for like a game and this is fun, haha, I don't even want to be around him in any particular setting. Like inside or outside of the game.
So then they get tapped and we got our 3 traitors. Then they have to go play that stupid rowing game. Can we discuss this really quick? Tom Sandoval's
wait.
forearms start giving
Can
out.
we first talk about how these people don't know how to row a boat?
Oh my God, my favorite was
nobody
Sierra
go to
going,
summer
row. Row.
It's not that hard. Like they could not do it at the beginning. They were like, we really need to talk about how to row a boat.
They couldn't row, which, whatever. Tom Sandoval's forearms are giving out. But then they need to, in order to take the money, they have to drop 2 people off, which for all 4 housewives to get off, I was like, y'all deserve to be murdered. There's no, and everyone's like, it's because they're traitors. And I sat there and went, no, it's because they're dumb.
And I agree with both sides of that.
Dorinda
you deserve
was like,
to be targeted because you guys are so dumb. This isn't a summer camp. This isn't a summer camp.
Dorinda literally went, my arms are tired. I'd rather just sit on the side. Like, fine, whatever. But then...
No, because there's 2 reasons. You're giving the faithfuls a reason to think you're a traitor. And Dorinda, you're also giving the traitors a reason to say you won't work hard for my money.
Either way, they're all dumb. Anyway, so then... you had Danielle and Bob the drag queen get off at the same time, which was hilarious because they're both like,
they didn't know.
I better not get voted out.
They didn't know. I actually love that they keep the traitors away from each other for 24 hours of the game.
That was good.
Because they all have to act with each other.
Like faithfuls. Yeah. Oh, it's so good. And then, I don't know, there's one more stop and there's a whole only women have been getting off. I think drop Bob the drag. It doesn't matter. But obviously the men are trying to strong arm fucking everyone in the show. It doesn't matter.
To the point where they leave money behind. Get off the get onto the fucking raft, men.
Whatever. So everyone has a shield except the 4 housewives, 2 of the traitors, and 2 other bros that I think Bob and Britney Spears' ex-husband. Who cares? So, great. Then they go vote. No. Do they go vote someone out now? No, the traitors
they didn't do a round table to banish anybody the first night, first episode. Yeah. The traitors murder somebody. And then at the end of that episode, we see
Boston Rob. I was screaming, Meredith. I was like, Boston Rob's back. And then Alan's like, you're a traitor. And I was like, yes. But then there's 2 cages with 2 people. And I'm sitting there going, who could it be? Who could it be?
I was like, oh my God. Because at first, when they didn't let Boston Rob in, I said, how fucking dare you do all this promo about him being on this cast and he is on it for 5 minutes?
You fly him out to Scotland for nothing.
How dare you do this to me? And then at the end of that episode, I said, I forgive you. I forgive you.
Truly. But then they put him in this cage and there's 2 people with them. And I'm like, who is this?
And they do that taking off the mask, but you don't get to see them. And I'm like, no, thank God we got the second episode. If I had to wait a week for that, Alicia.
Oh, I would have started looking up spoilers. I wouldn't have been able to stop.
I would have been literally burning down NBC's door to get into their offices to see the edit.
Same. Boston Rob would have been getting DMs from me. Chriselle would have been getting DMs from me. Dylan and Efron, I would have been like, who the fuck is in the cages? I swear to God, I'm going to come kill you if you don't tell me. I was freaking out. So then episode 2 starts. I don't even skip what happened last time because I'm sitting there so nervous.
I'm so locked in. I have no clue where my remote is.
And then they take it off. And when I tell you I screamed to see Derek and Wes.
Talking with Boston Rob in cages. I was like, I fear I love this.
I saw something on Instagram where it was like a picture of Wes and Boston Rob talking, and someone was like, younger generations will, or there are some people in the world that don't know how important this is.
No.
And I was freaking out.
Alicia, I can't believe I didn't know Derek was on this.
Because he does the podcast you listen to. When did he
Yes,
go
but
missing?
I wasn't listening at that time, but I feel like that spoiler would have hit me somehow. Like somehow
I know.
that information would have made it to my phone.
I
You
can't
know
believe
what?
I
My
didn't know about
Chinese
Wes.
spy didn't do a good job on getting me that spoiler.
I can't believe I didn't know about Wes. I love the challenge. I eat the challenge up. He's a new dad. I thought he was retired from reality
That's
TV.
the thing. This
No,
gave
he's
me
just retired
hope
from the I
for the
know.
pipeline of our challenge, Survivor, Big Brother people that will come out of retirement for this show. And I know I will have endless seasons of entertainment because of these people.
Watching the three of them. And for those of you who are just Bravo and don't like watch this, you should know
this is the Mount Rushmore.
So Derek was on Big Brother, Boston Rob was on Survivor, Wes was on the challenge. And when I tell you, when you think best player of all time, these three come up for each of their respective shows.
So seeing them together
was crazy. Because you could say, like, okay, sure, Derek was the greatest, but like then there's this winner and that one. Like, sure, but Derek's in the conversation. Boston Rob's always going to be in the conversation. Wes is always going to be in the conversation. This was crazy.
If I were anyone on the cast, Faithfuls, Traitors alike, watching those two, because then they go to that competition and they get revealed. I would have been so scared no matter who I was.
I probably would have, everyone would have started running. I would have taken a beat and been like,
hey,
I love you. Also,
thank God there's not normies in this season, because they would have been like awestruck, whereas everybody else is trying to pretend that they are also cool so they wouldn't like grovel.
Me as a normie just going, I know I should be getting you guys coins, but can I just ask questions? I'm so happy to see you.
A question for a coin, like, please.
Yeah. Tell me you love me. You don't have to mean it. Just say it for the TV.
Okay. But all those people kissing Rob's ass because they all declined him. Hilarious.
So they have to play the game where they get coins and then lower the
What a weird game.
Everyone's in, but you could win a shield if like you get the person done within the allotted time.
Yeah. Which like they always would have given you enough because they want it to be interesting.
So yeah, everyone goes for Boston Rob and they're like, hey, Boston Rob, my name's Gabby. I'm sorry about what I didn't want to welcome you
yesterday.
And here's the other thing though, because let's just say I'm on this show. I didn't shake Boston Rob's hand. I grab a coin. I would be like, hey, Boston Rob, my name's Alicia. And I know you're dangerous.
No, I get kind of kissing Rob's
dangerous.
Ass.
But I probably wouldn't. I would be like, I know I fucked up, and just put the coin in and be like. I wouldn't have
gone for Rob at all. I would have gone for one of the other two and been like, listen, Rob's clearly got it. Rob, I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, I got you. But like, if you're gonna put in Boston, don't be like, I'm sorry. I just be like, I done fucked up, Rob. Don't remember this.
Can't wait to chat about you about the game now.
The other funny thing is when people were like, Hey, Rob. No, that's when you know you don't know him. His name is Boston Rob, baby. How's Amber? I would have put the coin in. How's Amber doing?
How are the kids? And here's the thing.
The girlies.
Bob the drag queen being like, we need to fix your outfit. Shut the fuck up. You can talk about fashion, but don't talk about my Robin and his backwards hat.
Don't talk about Boston Rob's hat.
I don't care what Rob wears. I don't.
Had me as a chokehold when I tell you one of my first reality TV crushes.
Until you are stranded on an island, you don't get to talk about fashion with these people.
Not. The other funny thing is, then they get Rob down, and then they're like, we'll go for Derek next. I'm like, no one's going for my dude Wes.
Classic Wes.
But the three of them too were all talking. They'd be like, we're going to remember this.
Love that.
Know what you've done, which is also hilarious. I hate the people that were like, hey, what's your name? And he's like, I'm Derek. How insulting. You're never getting my shield.
That's the thing.
I would, again, go up to Derek and say something like, season 16 champ or something. Like, I know who you are. And
if you don't know him, just don't point it out.
Yeah, just what's up, my dude? Throw the key in or the coin. Even Wes, I'd be like, Wes, you know, You know I fucking love you, my guy.
You just have to say, like, I'm so excited to have you helping us. Like let's get after it. Can't wait to talk strategy with you.
Fucking Tom Sandoval was like, who are you?
Dude, people are making the edits of Sandoval like running. And I'm like, that guy still thinks he's on Special Forces the way he's like attacking these challenges.
Someone was like, no challenge is important. Is that important to be running like that?
He's trying to like camp this up, which it's already campy with the wardrobe in the right ways, but like we don't need to make this like the military is the one executing these challenges. Like it's just Alan in some plaid.
It's so funny. You're just in Scotland collecting coins like a leprechaun. Calm down. But then, so they all get the shields. We know Boston Rob's a traitor. Alan just says, you don't know if this group is traitors or faithfuls. I then thought, I'm kind of sad Boston Rob's a traitor because I think Derek or Wes would have made a better traitor.
Well, I am going to miss out on Rob being a faithful and seeing his strategy of being a faithful, kind of like how Sandra was.
Yeah.
Like, I really did enjoy the mind because I think the traitors kind of have an easy job. For the long haul of the game, it just become tough to constantly have this double bluff. But as a faithful, finding a needle in a haystack is really tough. And I just think that is strategically the hardest thing.
I think, so I would love to see Derek as a traitor, but we already kind of saw him double bluff everyone on Big Brother.
Yeah.
Wes is the obvious choice for a traitor because he's just, so in a way it's like nice because Boston Rob's never, I think, he is kind of like a shady player, but he's not a villain per se.
I think he can manage the other traitors better than the other two.
He has
Wes could never work with the group that's traitors right now.
Wes would have killed them
at their decision making.
He would sit at that round table and be like, Danielle's a traitor. Everyone vote her out. Like he'd be like, I don't care if I get kicked out. I hate her.
I think he would be so upset by their decisions. Whereas Boston Rob is like, okay, I can work with this and I'll get them to do my bidding.
Yeah.
But they're a disaster right now.
They then go back to the round table, right? And they vote out who the fuck I don't even know who they got rid of Dorinda. Then they get rid of
it was Wells, I think. No.
Oh my God, Wells was the second one.
Oh, because they killed Ian the second morning.
Yes.
Which
was also dumb.
Oh, so dumb.
You already killed a housewife. Go somewhere else.
You need to kill people who will never be banished. And so somebody like Chriselle needs to be killed at night. You know, like you need to figure out and you need to go random to really confuse people. Going after housewives
twice
and like trying to pin it on housewives. That's what I don't think these current traitors are getting. They're not thinking about what public perception will be and how to drive and like change public perception.
Yes, because so they just want to cause chaos, but killing two housewives is not really doing much
chaos.
So like, you vote out Wells, which like, no, I forgot he even existed. And then you get rid of Ion, which was dumb because she will be voted out eventually. There's no question in my mind. She's not making it to the end.
I think you kill her down the road.
Yeah, because she'll never make it to the final five.
You need the early killings of a traitor need to be somebody who has an opinion, can sway people, but who people do think is faithful through and through.
Chriselle was a good one.
Because she's creating that clique. You need to start breaking up cliques. And then the people you kill down the road are the uber faithfuls who like will never be banished. But you want to cause a stir to create targets for the banishment that aren't you.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I think Chriselle would have been one. I think,
to be honest, like kill Tom Sandoval and blame it on Chriselle a little bit.
Now that you know that Dylan Afron's a little after you, got to get rid of him. Yep. Could get rid of like Jeremy. Mm-hmm. Jeremy's out here secretly, whatever, and he's less likely to get banished than Tony.
True,
right?
You gotta, the people who like can put the pieces together. You need to kill those people early on. The glue that could help theories stick. These stupid housewives are just a voting block. They're not the biggest thing in the world.
Get rid of one and then start focusing somewhere else. I think Chriselle probably would have been the best kill, but they don't do that.
No.
This is when Danielle Reyes, I think, cries. And then and then do they do another challenge? I can't even remember. Probably not. I didn't write anything down, so I'm going to assume no.
I can't remember what episode 3 had. I just know that they banished 2 people, though, didn't they?
No, they just banished Tony.
Oh, Tony was the second.
Tony was the second banished.
Yeah. At the end of episode 3.
Yeah. So I don't remember the challenge or like what they won or what happened there.
I can't either.
I remember Boston Rob being like really upset though at them playing the game. Do you remember that? He was like, no, like he's like yelling at people. Am I just making this up?
No, you're not. There was something because they had to like choose people to be safe or not. And like the girls were getting mad at the guys again, I think. What was it?
No.
Oh, but here's something to think about too is they have the Traitors, if you're looking up the challenge.
Oh, it was the balloon thing.
Oh my God.
The doors.
Yes, because the doors, they were getting mad at people for just thinking too quickly. That's what it was. It wasn't necessarily.
No one was safe. But Wes and Sierra almost were. And I went, that's my favorite pairing.
At the guys, my guys, Tony, because nobody would put themselves at the front of the line and risk not getting
and
like
Bob
a shield.
Called him out. Yeah.
Dude,
but then
they were so bad at like paying attention and describing the doors. You have to tell I think they left this out that you couldn't just say like 1, 2, 3, 4, like from the left or something. Like you had to describe
Derek
the pattern.
Was smart because he said top of the door, blue, purple, red, yellow. We're going in that door.
Yeah.
So
but people weren't listening.
Just focus on a part because then some people were describing the middle of the door. Some people were describing the dots on the door.
Somebody was like, "There's black parallel lines." When it was the like diamond thing, I'm like, "Shut the fuck up."
But can I just say some of the pairings were really fun? And when I tell you Wes and Sierra are that not West and Sierra are were my favorite pairing. I was like, God, I'm rooting for them, and they couldn't figure it out.
I think she can handle his like quippiness,
but I think she knows he's smart.
Yes,
she knows he's smart.
Yes, she doesn't try to like overpower him or like talk louder, but she also won't take his bullshit.
But I also like when they made it to the end, Wes was like, you could pick. And she's like, that one. And he's like, great, let's just do it. And they did it. And they were wrong. Because it wasn't this like you picked. It was very just like, we don't know. We'll just
it's
work
a
together.
Flip of a coin.
But they were great. And then they go to the round table. And this was the smartest they've ever been to get rid of Tony. But before we got there, Bob the drag queen and dumbass Robin, the two of these weirdos, bitching and moaning about how they're not traitors. And Robin's like, I swear to you, Bob's not a traitor. Oh. Robin is dumb. Stop listening to Robin.
I know. But keep her around, traitors.
I hate Robin so much that I guarantee you anything Robin said, I'd be like, I'm voting against her. Even not knowing if she goes, Dorinda's not a traitor, I'd be like, Dorinda's a traitor. Because I hate Robin that much. Like,
no, I totally understand. Also, Bob is going to like break his cover because he flipped out the minute he heard Dylan said his name. Be chill, my guy. Every person's name should be said.
You've got to play it like Phaedra, where you listen and then you quip back. You can't yell at them. No. I would get rid of Bob the drag queen just because I found him abrasive in that moment. I'd be like, this dude's annoying.
Your best bet as a traitor early on is like, okay, we should be suspicious of everybody. Like, I don't fault you for that. What is your like evidence? And like try to get the faithfuls to go evidence-based because there's no evidence, obviously.
And keep calm.
Yeah.
Keep quiet until
you
you're
need to be a
out.
little emotional and like be like, it hurts me. Like, I wish you didn't see me this way. And not, like, what am I doing that is like ruffling your traitor feather? And like, and then you explain away why that's just who you are.
Yeah, but if someone's like, Meredith, I think you're a traitor, you should respond with, wait, like, why? Like, look confused, genuinely a little hurt.
Be like, I understand we have to look at everybody, but like, why
do you
me?
think that? And someone would be, I don't know, I just see you like, you seem like you'd make a good traitor. I'd be like, okay, thank you, I guess, but I'm not.
And
like,
you got to be
you don't have anything
with a faithful and make a pact with them that you guys will defend each other at the round table because then if like
are both faithful,
like you and I were the buddies, you'd be like, okay, no, I don't think Meredith is a traitor. Like she is so faithful.
She's so honest.
Yeah.
I've played games with her. I've known her a long time.
But you can't have another traitor stick up for you, because if that person goes down, then that's your sinking ship.
That's what got Dan and Parvati fucked.
Yeah, you can't be so ride or die.
And then they went against Phaedra, which I think saved her. So I think Danielle and Bob will get fucked there.
Which they deserve it. They're making such bad calls.
I hope they both go home, and then the traitors can pick a new traitor, and I hope that they go for Derek or Wes.
I think that's too obvious, but that could help Boss and Rob.
But that hides it. That hides specifically Carolyn. You got these big ass players as traitors?
No, it hides one of the other two. Whoever goes down, Rob or Derek.
Ooh,
whoever goes down first, it hides the other.
No, you're right.
Because I think there's no way there would be two traitors in that grouping.
But I think also Carolyn and Boston Rob are in a good spot, because I would think you wouldn't do two Survivor players.
Good point.
I would think Wes is a traitor because he then comes from the challenge. So I think Carolyn and Boston Rob stay safe face. You pick either Wes or Derek, have them go down.
That helps Carolyn twice, because if Rob goes down, it hides her and it hides Derek. And so then they can pick a new person and really try to find somebody who is decently suspicious the whole time and just keep blaming it on them.
So I'm just saying, or you pick someone who's really going to hate it, who will probably out themselves in a second. Pick Chriselle or someone like
you have
Gabby.
to have somebody who will say yes, because you need 3 to 4 traitors outed by the end for a traitor to win.
Agreed. So but I think when they were sitting at the round table, there was a lot of madness, but whoever put Tony in, that was kind of smart. And then I think it was smart of Boston Rob too, to be like, look, man, you haven't talked to me since I gave you that shield.
Because that was generic evidence of being like, hey, I'm just saying that you haven't talked to me once. So like, I don't feel comfortable with you in general.
And the genius Boston Rob is, he goes, I don't know if you're a traitor, but I know I don't trust. Like, that wasn't cool. I don't trust you.
I don't trust you as a faithful. That was the key line, because him now being faithful, once he went away, Boston was like, I feel kind of bad because I know I was a nail in the coffin, and everybody was like, no, that was so weird. Him as a faithful doing that.
That's the thing, is you've not only like put in doubt that he might be a faithful, but you've said, even if you are faithful, you're not a good one, and we don't need you here.
And so it doesn't make you a traitor for targeting him. It just makes you, it's about trust with Boston Rob. So then people want to earn Boston Rob's trust and consistently show it.
One of the greatest players of any show.
He's going to be a faithful Lord, and he's not even a faithful.
Well, also, the best is that then he's like, I feel kind of bad. And everyone's like, no, we're comforting you.
That's the thing. That's you got to prey on people's emotions, which like the Bravo people hate, because it's like, how dare you do that to my Robin? But it's like, no, this is psychological warfare. This isn't about feelings.
At the season 2 reunion, MJ was so hurt that they came for her emotions. And CT and Trishelle sat there and went, we don't give a shit, girlie. Yeah. We're here to play the game.
If I did that to you tomorrow, you can be fucking mad at me, but not in that house, not in Scotland, babe.
The challenge literally has a saying, all's fair in love, war, and challenges. Like, we'll destroy you and not feel bad, and you can't be mad at us. Like, you can be mad at us if we all come back for the next season, but in the game,
you can use it against me, but this isn't personal.
You can wish me a happy birthday on my Facebook wall. It's like, fine, we're cool. No, I'm just kidding.
The last thing that we left off is they're going to put 3 people in coffins. I love and I hate this. I don't understand how they're going to like nail someone in the coffin. I would be stressed if I'm that person.
How do you pick the 3 people?
Well, like remember in the last season, they threw roses on the person they thought, and it was a challenge. I don't think it's a challenge. I think it's a mix between the poisoning, because that's too outdone. So people look for someone being poisoned. This is kind of like that effect in a new way, where the traitors are going to put 3 people in coffins. I think when those people go to bed, they have to go lay in the coffin, and the traitors will put a nail in one of their coffins, and that person is dead on the spot. And the other 2 are just laying in the coffins, but I don't think they can see the traitors.
could you then put a traitor in a coffin and not kill it?
Up to one person, and
But you could kill the traitor if you want. Like
no,
if the other
no,
three
you
traitors
could
were like,
you can never kill the
Oh.
traitor in that position. It's to like make them seem faithful, but people have already called it out that like, oh, one of those three could be a traitor, so you just kind of start to assume. So this is why I think this year you don't put a traitor in. You could line people up for making them fall for being traitors by having them survive it.
That's smart. Though, if I'm a traitor, I'm either Carolyn or Boston Rob. I would try to convince like Bob or Danielle that it's a good move to get into the coffin.
Bob and Danielle are like they were in that room. Did you watch the end of episode 3 where they were in the room with Robin or with Rob with a scroll and they had to write 3 names and they were going to write Carolyn's name down without her consent, and Rob was like, "Do not do this. This is such a bad move. Do not do this."
Yes, I did see that. Where was Carolyn in that?
She just couldn't get into the room in time. I think she was trying to find them in the parlors, but they already had all gone to the room.
Oh, that's
it's a
right.
secret
the scroll's
door
in the bookshelf.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Boston Rob knows that Danielle and Bob the drag queen are the ones that are going to get caught. And he's going to want to save Carolyn just to have someone on his side because he's going to be outvoted with the other two all the time.
I think Rob is trying to give them enough rope to hang themselves. They're already doing enough. So too. And then one of them's going to go down, and maybe it'll scare the other one into not being such a bad choice. And or Rob and Carolyn have a majority vote.
I agree. Because I think at the end of the day, if a traitor gets voted out, Rob's going to want Carolyn still there.
Agreed.
Like the other two are dispensable. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because then when you pick a new traitor, you and Carolyn can pick what's best for your game.
Mm-hmm.
And leave the whatever remaining ones out. Yeah, this is why Rob is great to have in this fucking mess. But someone get rid of either Bob or Dan. It makes me sad though, because Danielle is overall a good player.
No,
Big
not
Brother.
Oh, yeah. If you cry at breakfast, you're immediately guilty to me, especially the first 2 days.
Unless you're my housewife sister, I'm not
Phaedra
crying over.
made it work. But like, it's because of who Phaedra was, and she didn't start crying until the later people. Like, it's because you've like bonded with them. So I get the sentiment of like, I mean, obviously everybody knows this isn't real, but like, you're like, no, I loved Bergie. Not my Bergalicious.
That's the thing is like, it's not real. So why are we crying?
Phaedra was like sad in a game level.
Yeah. Oh, not at Kinsu, but like she wasn't crying over at Kinsu.
She was camp. She was entertaining. She was on a reality TV show. You guys are like too far.
But the thing is, like Meredith, I mean this in the nicest of ways, and I hope you would feel the same. If I came down from breakfast and you were killed, I wouldn't cry. I'd be like, I'm gonna get revenge or something. You'd be like, right?
Damn, are you kidding me? Like
my fucking friend who did this to me.
And like, that's our personality type too. Like Phaedra can lean into like, that's so sad. Like that's her personality type.
But Danielle's also not a crier.
No.
Like, this is why also everyone should watch every fucking show. Like the Bravo people should be watching Viacom. Viacom should be watching Bravo.
I so badly wanted to do timelines on all these people, but there's just too many and they have too much storied history.
Imagine if Wes was sitting there going, I saw Danielle's season. She doesn't fucking cry. You know, like, because Derek, there's the possibility Derek might not rat her out because they played a game together already. You know, like.
I think he's going to hold that information closer to his chest, not tell everybody. Yeah. But there have to be Big Brother people being like, "That's so weird. What are you doing?"
I don't know why Brittany hasn't been like, "Yo."
I think they have. I just don't think they're editing it that way because I think those players are like, "All right, if I kind of can clock a traitor." Again, it's a numbers game. Like, I don't really mind if we get some of these people out first. Like, Danielle doesn't hate me. Like, she's
maybe
probably
we'll
not
find another traitor.
I can't say anything until I know I have my faithfuls who are going to back me up in this too.
Yeah, but how badass if you weren't on the show and you didn't really know these people, but you watched them and you could sit there and be like, wait a second. Danielle's fucking crying. Like, we would sit there and be like, why is Danielle fucking crying? And we might hold it.
I literally said it.
We would sit there and be like, weird. Like Dolores picking up the fucking pictures of all her
Is
housewives.
so Dolores.
That's so on brand.
Yeah.
And no, who the fuck's sitting here going, it might be another housewife? It's not. It's immediately
because
Dolores is so
isn't
sad
that they left. She's like, okay, you're disrespecting my friend's picture. Yeah.
She made a comment. She said something like, if I was the police, I'm coming for you first. And I was cracking up because that's so Jersey to be like, if I'm the police, which I am, I'm the law. I'm coming for you. I was fucking cracking up. Just some high level stuff really quick.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where Sierra is. She's not on the show.
But I think that's a good
I think
view.
it's good for her.
I think that means she'll be around for a little bit.
Yeah, but if she doesn't do anything, she's going to be like Wells, where she gets voted off, and I go, I forgot.
No, because like they clearly showed us Wells to build the story. Like the people who are being shown a lot but not doing any gameplay are people who are going to probably leave early on because they need you to know who the person is who's leaving.
Yeah, but Sierra's not doing gameplay. She's just not. And I know this is it's a good strategy for her, but as a viewer, I forget she exists and I don't care about her.
I know.
Which is
also, sidebar, they are not giving the outfits that season 1 and season 2 did. Those people committed to the tartan wardrobe. Like
Sierra's committing, but everyone else is
not that hard. Not that hard. She's bringing fashion, and I need Scottish fashion.
Tom Sandoval looks musty, that guy.
It's also because they're in the spring filming this. The other seasons were filmed in like January, so their coats could like bring the Scottish Highlands.
Tom Sandoval looks like he doesn't shower. He also cracks me up when like Derek and Wes showed up and Boston Rob, and he'd be like, this is our dining room. I was fucking crying.
He has lost his luster.
That's it. He doesn't have the same sparkle on reality TV he did since Scandival. And I think I texted you this, that he was a good reality TV star. I'm going to say it. Since Scandival came out and he's no longer the hero or beloved.
Well, we like beat him down so hard
but
too.
He
Not that it wasn't rightfully deserved.
He could be a Spencer Pratt and he doesn't know how to do it. He's
That's
just
so true.
Like
because when he like tried to lean into it, it's like, hey, this is real life villain shit. This isn't like, oh, I was talking bad about somebody on my show. This is like I ruined somebody's life. He needed to disappear for a little bit, say I'm sorry and move on, but he never did that. So no matter what he did, positive or negative, people were like, fuck you.
Well, Spencer made a rumor that Lauren Conrad had a sex tape, right? Which he never disappeared. He just played it better. And I understand, like, you're ruining someone's life. That also happened off
the season, you know? Like, that wasn't...
But I agree, but I think Sandoval, if he just leaned into being... His problem is he wants to be beloved. He wants to win us over again. He should just go off the hate. The way West does. Or Boston Rob. They're like, if you hate me, you hate me. And that's the best. Or like a Johnny Bananas.
Yeah.
Always the villain. Doesn't give a shit. It's like I live it up. So yeah, but great season. I am so pumped for those of you who watch every single fucking show with us. This is our Super Bowl. This is what I care about. Are we getting 3 episodes this week or is it just one?
No, it's just one. We'll always be a week behind people because we are not waiting for the episode to record these weekly episodes. So we'll reflect on it a week later.
I just want episodes 4, 5, and 6. I thought I was going to get 3 episodes.
No. And I looked up, the last season had 12 episodes, 11 real episodes, and a reunion. And I think the reunion usually comes out like 3 weeks later. So we've got 8 weeks of this maybe. I bet the last 2 are actually combined. So maybe like 7 weeks. So we've got some time. And then Love Island USA is starting. And Molly May's documentary is coming out. Like, we're back, baby. Reality TV, here we go.
I want it so clear. I understand. But like I said, this is all my reality TV shows in one. So it just makes it better.
No, I agree. Like, I'm just saying.
It's the way All Stars is fun where you're putting people together. Like there's something about taking people from different points that I like loved for different reasons. Because my opinion, the other fun part is my opinions might change about you in this different show.
I agree.
So even
this.
Go ahead.
I just had a genius idea because we love to pitch Bravo. This is, they need to do that with Winter House and stop just focusing on just Bravo people. Get these stragglers who were on the challenge a few seasons and couldn't make it but are still young and fun. Like, give me the Below Deck people. Give me, like, all these random shows. Give me the person who was just on Summer House Big Brother 2 seasons ago and is finally out of their contract. Like, I want the Super Bowl of reality TV, and I don't mind having it in a
Always.
Bravo version too.
I think Winter House started to work once you brought in like Below Deck. You could bring in Southern Hospitality.
Yes.
Get rid of
Honestly,
these musty ass Southern Charm.
you could make it a dating show. Basically Love Island for reality TV people. I know we already have a version of that, but I'm just saying, like, I mean, with the intent of everybody hooks up. Maybe it's not a hardcore dating show where it's
That's
like
it.
a
I'm not
competition.
sold on a dating show, but I'm sold on a bunch of single hot people that already kind of know each other and have like the hots for each other in a house.
Yes.
Which is what Winter House was the second time around.
Yeah.
You got better. You got better.
We
got better.
love reality TV romances.
I love cross show romances, which is the only reason I dealt with Craig and Paige for so long.
I know.
Because I get too, it's weird. Wait, really quick. It's really weird watching Paige on Southern Charm.
It makes me
Talk
sad.
about Craig's sperm.
What made me sad is when Madison and Paige were getting the tea from Sally, and I was like, we're never going to get this again. This is the last season of Madison and Paige.
Yeah, that's sad for Madison and Paige, but I hope Craig's sperm is okay.
Hopefully he changed the recipient of it if he dies. Can you imagine? He never did the paperwork and Craig, I don't hope this on him, but dies and Paige gets mailed his sperm.
Oh my God. She would vomit.
She has the power of attorney over the sperm.
She would truly vomit. But I'd like to say, I don't think we should cover it this episode because we have already...
Southern Hospitality, though? Next week we need to talk about it.
Well, I wanted to brag on myself a second. With my job, I have been watching a lot of, I have Peacock on my phone now because my mom finally got us an account before I was stealing my friends and it was only on my TV. So I finally have it on my phone. So at work,
I'm always so much sense. You have rapid fire through some things and I've just been like, okay, go off on your Christmas break.
How have I done it? So now when I'm at work, I put Bravo on in the background. So I'm up to date on Salt Lake City. I'm up to date on Beverly Hills. I'm up to date on Southern Charm and Southern Hospitality because I binged Salt Lake City and then I just kept up. And now I'm finding it as what the fuck do I watch next? So I've started because I never got past, I think, season 3, but I need to. Orange County. I'm going to do it. This is what I watch when I'm out of recent shows.
Yeah. That's going to be your background.
I'm starting Orange County because it's hard when I don't know Orange County. The Housewives, I have a good idea of who these people are. Mm-hmm. It would be hard to do a Family Karma where I only know one person, so then I have to pay attention.
You'll love it. Yeah. That needs to be a sit down and watch. Okay. So next week we're going hard in the paint on Bravo.
Yeah, I'm up. I'm waiting for the next episode to be released.
That's the worst place to be a little bit. I'm watching them live.
Yeah, same. So what do I do? So that's why also because it's on Peacock, I was like, should I watch Love Island All Stars and just get it done with?
Yes. Do it.
I'll put OC on the back burner for a little bit.
All right. I think
Can I just say though, Peacock's the greatest thing.
I agree.
To have all my Bravo shows in one. I also have to watch Below Deck Sailing Yacht because that's a live season, but that's hard because they add so many new people and then I just go, I can't track. But it just depends.
Oh my gosh.
Next week we'll do Bravo because I'm up to date and I'm listening to nothing.
Back, baby.
All I listen to is Bravo in my ears at work.
I love it.
Which is also, wait, I know I keep talking, but it's also funny because people see me watching it and they're just like, what are you doing? And I was like, it's just soothing to hear people argue in my ear.
I had a guy on a dating app ask me what is something you could talk about endlessly. And I said, Bravo. And he said, wow, that lives in your head rent free. And I said, who said rent free? And I almost was like, I have a podcast,
I'm paying
baby.
Bravo to live in my head.
This is research. I'm watching this for research now. I can say it's a job. It doesn't live there rent free.
Rent free. I'm begging Bravo to live in my brain forever. But yeah, it was so funny when people were like, what is that? And I'm like, I just like listening. And OC was so old, it's extra funny because they're not really fighting, but they're so awkward. And the kids do confessionals or interviews, which is so funny. I was fucking cracking up.
It will really be a like historic sense of our time. Like
I forgot about like Tammy and Gina and Gina's stupid spoiled ass kids.
Gina won too because like not present day Gina. There's a present day Gina. So anybody who didn't watch OC then
Gina back in the day with the 3 kids,
Kehoe.
the oldest son is a fucking menace to society. Yep. This dude, he calls his mom's best friend tits.
Yep.
And the mom is like, I feel uncomfortable. And I'm like, yeah, and the worst part is Gina's not gonna discipline her son.
It's wild to see the things that were happening in OC the early days.
I can't. A menace. Anyway, so good. I love Bravo. Next week we will go ham on the Bravo.
I can't wait.
Ham. Okay, thanks for listening.
Thanks for joining. Bye.